Good day everyone. In this video, I want to show you how to extract individual land use land cover classes for spatial temporal analysis in ArcGIS. I promise that this video, I'm going to take you step by step so that at the end of this video, you'll be able to practice. So let's get started. In ArcGIS, I have this land use land cover classify image. In the previous video, I've shown you how to classify land use land cover on different platforms like Google Earth Engine, QGIS, and ArcGIS. So you can check the description box on how to classify image in any of these platforms. So here I have this image. When you classify your land use land cover, it's always in raster form. So for you to be able to extract individual land use land cover classes, you must vectorize it, and each of these value represent a particular class. So later on I'll show you what one represents, but the first thing to do is to vectorize this raster, which is also known as conversion from raster to polygon. So to do that, come to Arc Toolbox, then come to Conversion Tools, come to From Raster, then here you can see Raster to Polygon. Double click to open the tool. When it opens, input raster, click on the drop down and select your land use land cover map. The field we want to use to vectorize is this our value for each land use land class. Then here specify your output location. I want to save it here as 2024 land use land cover polygon. Then click on save. Leave other thing at default and click on OK. So depending on the size of your data, this may take a while. Yes, the vectorization is done. Let me close this page. Now if you come here, right click and open the attributes table. Yes, you can see that I have a lot of features. It has been converted, and if I right click on the raster and open the attributes table of the raster, you can see here the field called value. This field called value was the one we used in vectorizing, and after vectorizing, if I open the attributes table of the vector format, that very value is the one converted to Greek code. So the Greek code is synonymous to the value in the raster. So now as it is, we have a lot of features. Here we have about 31,000 plus. So this is much, and there is repetition of values. So what we need to do is to dissolve this very layer using the Greek code, such that we will have only one row for each land use class. So to do that, come to geoprocessing, and here you can see the tool called dissolve. Click to open dissolve tool. Then our inputs will be our 2024 land use land cover polygon. Then our output feature, click here, navigate to your working folder. Let's call it 2024 land use land cover dissolve. Then click on save. And then the field we want to use to dissolve is the Greek code, which is the value of each land use land cover. So check the Greek code and click on OK. So what this does is that it will combine all land uses that are the same value. It will combine them together into a single feature. Yes, the dissolving is completed. Now let me uncheck this. If I right click and open the attributes table, you can see that the Greek code has been dissolved such that each row represents each land use land cover class. Now what we need to do, we have to give the appropriate land use land cover classes to each one. To do that, we are going to add another field. come to this table option and click on add field. Let's call it class. Then the type, choose text and click on OK. So you can see that the new field has been created. Now we have to put it in editing mode for us to be able to attribute it. So to do that, right click the layer and come to edit feature. Click on start editing. Then the first one actually represents water body. So I'm going to input the class as water bodies. The second value represents dense vegetation. I'm going to import the classes for each of these values. And the last one is sparse vegetation. Then after you have input the classes, you can close this page. Then come to editor, click on stop editing, click on save to save the edits. Yes, the edit is saved. Now let's categorize each of these using the land use land cover classes. To do that, right click the layer, come to properties, come under symbology, click on categories. So the field we want to use to categorize is the class we have just created. Click on it and click on add values. Now we can sort it or reverse the sorting. Just right click and click reverse sorting. So this is water body. You can give it appropriate color. For example, double click and choose this color for water body. Click on OK. So choose appropriate color for each of the classes. Click on OK. So after choosing appropriate color for each of the class, click on OK. So you can see I've styled my land use land cover classes, just as you can see it here. Now the work proper, which is how to separate or extract each of these classes to form individual layer. So to do that, now right click and open the attribute table. For example, let's assume we want to extract the water body in this land use land cover map. These are water bodies. If I want to extract water body to form a separate layer, what I will need to do in the attribute table, I'll click to select the water body. You can see the water body has been selected. Now come to the layer. Here is this layer. Right click it and come to data. Then click on export data. Navigate to your working folder, and here let me name it water bodies. Click on save, and take note we are exporting only the selected feature, that is only the water body we've selected. So finally click on OK. So it will ask you, do you want to add it to map as a layer? Click on yes, it will be added. So let me move this a bit. If I uncheck this, you can see that the water body in the area has been extracted, and I can change the color to water body just like this and click on OK. So here is the water body in the area. It has been extracted as a layer. Now furthermore, let's assume we want to extract built up area. So what to do in the attribute table, just click here to highlight the built up area. If I check this again, you can see that the built up area, which is the one in red, has been selected. Now to extract it to form a separate layer, after you have selected it, come back to the layer, right click and come to data, then come to export data. Navigate to your working folder and then give it the appropriate name. This is built up area. Then click on save and click on OK. Click yes to add it to the map. Then if I uncheck this again, you can see here is the built up area. I can change the color to red, for instance. You can see the built up in the area. So I've been able to extract water bodies, and I've also been able to extract built up area. Furthermore, if you are interested in farmland, you want to extract farmland, just click in the attributes table to highlight the farmland. If I do that and check this layer again, you can see that farmland has been highlighted. Then to extract it, come back to this layer, right click and come to data. Click on export data. Then navigate to your working folder, and this is farmland. Then click on save and click on OK. Click yes. Then I can deselect this and close the attributes table. Now that I've extracted the ones I'm interested in, I can uncheck this, and this is farmland. I can give it a color and then click on OK. So here are farmland. You can see that I've extracted farmland, I've extracted built up, and I've extracted water bodies. So any of the use land cover classes you want to extract, this is the way to extract them. First, convert your land use land cover raster map to vector. From vector, you dissolve. Then after the solution, you can extract the individual land use land cover of your choice, just as I've done. In this video, I've been able to show you how to extract individual land use land cover classes into different or separate layer in ArcGIS. If you have any question or further clarification, let's know in the comment section. Thank you for watching.